Alright, hello, gang. Can y'all hear me okay? Hello, Super Dark. Hello, everyone else who happens to be in the chat. Welcome to Flower Gothic continues to read fanfiction when there's a tropical storm going on. This time it's Tropical Storm Beta. God help us! Anyway... To be frank, I don't know what I really want to read today. I kind of want to avoid reading more Lovely Angels fanfiction for a little bit, because, you know how terrible it all is. But I'm not sure what else I have in here that is, particularly family friendly. So, we're not going to read The Teacher for obvious reasons, but we do have, this, whatever this is. This, popped up on my radar, but I never really, bothered to look at it. And it's Cursed Monarchy posting. As you know, that I love it. Pippa and Prince Harry, a fanfic short. Oh. Monarchist crap. Yay! It's Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding day. This time it's not by the Lovely Angels either, so this is gonna be even more interesting. Pippa does not want to be with Prince Harry, but everyone else seems to have other plans. Follow them throughout their day and see if they end up together or not. This short fanfic is told from Pippa Middleton's point of view. I made sure to double check all my BRF facts. The story is a well-written BRF fanfiction. I checked twice for spelling and grammatical errors. What can I say? I'm sold! Okay. It's number 2 in Buckingham Palace, too. Last updated March 5th. Has this author, put anything else up since then? Because now I'm curious. Nope. This is their only story. Doesn't look like they've been active for a while, so it's safe to say that this person totally forgot of its existence. Anyway, let's read. Chapter 1, Pillows. Now, I know I mentioned this in my Royal Aesthetic video. You can watch it on my YouTube if you haven't already. But I actually do remember seeing the Kate Middleton Prince William wedding. My mom, asked me a week before, hey, do you want to come watch it with me? It's gonna be historic. And I was just like, yeah, sure. So I woke up at, 5 in the fucking morning, maybe earlier. I don't 100% remember. This was, almost 10 years ago. And just, looking at it thinking, that's it? It's just religious church stuff? Why? Why bother? Anyway, Chapter 1, Pillows. I wake up to see Kate pacing our room at the Goring Hotel. A soft light slants in through half-open shades. It was broadcast here, but I prefer to play videos game instead. I mean, I don't blame you, Super Dark, and you were what? 13, 14 when the royal wedding happened, so you were obviously too cool to give a shit. She walks back and forth. I can see lines of worry creasing her face. If you keep worrying like that, you are going to have permanent lines all over your face on your wedding day. Your Royal Highness, I tease. Does this look like a great story yet, gang? Kate stops pacing, puts her hands on her hips, and stares at me. Pippa, she groans, stop it. And you know that you don't have to call me that, remember? We'll have a talk with the Queen about it. Diana's family had to, especially in public, but you, Mom, Dad, and James are not required. Also, it's not true about my face. Ha ha! Ha ha! You did not double-check properly for spelling and grammar, JSP Sparky. It's not true about my face. Ha ha! Fuck you! Love it when it starts like that. I mean, don't we all love it when it starts like that? I laugh. Of course not, Katie. You need to chill out. Yes, I remember what Will said. I was just teasing. Lighten up. Failure at the first page. I can't, and you know it. What if I do something wrong? Pippa, everyone will be watching. Kate is crazy and nervous for her wedding tomorrow. All girls are nervous on the day before their weddings. Projecting much? I mean, I say this as an unmarried woman who isn't even in a relationship at this point, but still. Really? But Kate is married in front of the whole world. Literally. It will all be worth it for her, though. William is an amazing guy. Will and Kate are perfect for each other, and they know it. I can see it when they look at each other. Can you feel the love tonight? Tonight, it's where we are. I apologize for that. Where did Mom go, I ask her. She and Dad went to get some food. They are also assessing the paparazzi situation for me. You will be gorgeous as always, Kate, I replied. Just give the paps a wave or two while we leave to meet with everyone at Westminster to practice. We both know that won't tide them over. Hey! Hey, Sandy! Hey, Albert! Welcome! So much love between Mr. Tumbleweed Family Tree and Debutante. Well, something I didn't learn until I did my early aesthetic research is that the Middletons are actually like Novo rich. If y'all know what that means. They're Novo rich, that's the point. Kate's face, no wait. We both know that won't tide them over because paparazzi are the scum of the earth. Yeah, Novo rich. I think like Kate's parents set up a successful like party business or some shit. Like, I want to say Party City, but I know that most of my audience isn't American, so think of your generic party store chain in your country, and it's a high-class version of that. That's what it is. But it should give them enough until tomorrow. None snooping in our hotel room, at least. Kate's face finally breaks into a huge smile. Most definitely not, she replies. Yes, you are right. Will told me that Her Majesty issued a statement to the press telling them to leave me a room and give me room to breathe until tomorrow. They can go crazy for that one day. Brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. You're going to Google Kate Middleton Super Dark? Actually, there's like, I'll give you all the name of the store right now, so you can like see for yourself. It's called... It's loading. It is called... Okay, so they used to have a... I don't even know. The store is called party pieces. It's UK exclusive. They have everything listed in pounds, but you can clearly see that it's just like the Middletons. So, I'll just put in the... There you go. Not surprising that the Middletons were politically involved, though. There's, like, a lot to them that I eventually want to sink my fangs into and my possum claws, but not for now. And Her Majesty actually put it like that, I inquire? In response, Kate bursts into a fit of giggles and I joined her. I am still getting used to the fact that the Queen will be a part of my extended family. It was just crazy. While we were laughing on the floor, Harry walks into our half-messy / half-clean room. Guess which side is mine? Kate would never be caught with an out-of-order room, because Kate has as much depth as a rice cracker. Am I right about that, Sandy? What? He asks with a voice full of confusion. Why is he at the hotel? Like, I know that the British royal family follows that tradition where the bride and the groom and their separate parties stay in different, like, places the night before the wedding because something superstition, whatever. Cheers, God save the Queen. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I throw a fancy hotel pillow instead of, you know, the fancy pillow that they brought from the bachelorette party they had at Edinburgh? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that. And yell, "Go away, Harry!" Kate just laughs even harder and hurls one at Harry, too. Suddenly, the pillow comes flying right back at me. Before I know it, all three of us were hitting each other with pillows and laughing as we go. Which we would have shown, but that would have led to character development, which is illegal in fanfiction, as we all know. Chapter 2. Alone with Harry. It's Edinburgh. Ah, okay. Am I right about Kate Middleton, though, that she is about as interesting as a rice cracker? An original flavored rice cracker, that is. So it doesn't have any of that, like, powdered flavor on it! Finally, we are all too tired to continue our hard Space Core pillow fight anymore. Again, we would have shown the pillow fight, but that would have led to character development. That's generous? How would you put it, Sandy? I'm curious now. The room is littered with tons of pillows as, midway through our pillow fight, Kate thought it would be a good idea to order 15 more. She would not do that. In the little I've seen of her, she would not do that. Kate leaves to go look for William, again about the whole hotel room thing, whatever, and clear up some last-minute wedding details. As she leaves, I give her a pointed look. Kate knows what she is doing. She is purposefully leaving me alone with Hattie. I follow her to her door. I follow her to door and give her one final dark look. I think Ginger would compliment your hair, Pippa, Kate lightly teases. Also, another bit of a nitpick, but isn't it only the media that calls her Kate? Like, most everyone else calls her Catherine, and Will calls her, like, Baby Kiss or some dumb shit like that. I hate that I know this, but this haunts me every day of my life. Although, if anyone were to offhandedly order 15 pillows. Fair enough. Also, tabloid specifically. Yeah. Also, wasn't Harry in a relationship at the time with some, like, South African socialite? I don't know. Hang on. Let me Google this, and I'm gonna Google it through my phone because, let's see. Not Prince Barry, Prince Harry. Is there even a Prince Barry? I don't fucking know. It does not say. Alright, never mind. And could you two pick up this mess, please? Mom won't like it when Mabel comes tomorrow morning to do our hair. Ah, yes, a normal human conversation with normal human participants. Left all alone with the mess of pillows. Brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. And Harry and I begin to pick them up. I notice Harry isn't helping. Get up and help, Harry, I command. No, I prefer looking at you, he replies. Ain't nothing like offhand sexual harassment from your future brother-in-law. I sigh. I really don't think I'm that pretty. Pippa, have you ever seen a mirror? Well, obviously, if you have, then you should know that you're gorgeous. How is Chelsea? That's not how you spell Chelsea. They're royals. That's their thing. Their family isn't... I mean, yes, their family is a tumbleweed. Which is why they've agreed to allow their members to finally breed with the peasants. Of course, considering Kate Middleton as a peasant is a little dodgy at best, considering her family history, but you know what I mean. Not with me, Harry retorts, completely throwing off my plan. I'm sorry you all broke up, I say as I sit down on the bed. Really, it's okay. Actually, it's better, he pauses. Pippa, would you ever consider dating me? Harry has been trying to get me to date him for years. Even when he was with Chelsea, apparently. It just doesn't feel right. I mean, Will and Kate date? Maybe I should give Harry a chance. He has been begging me to since we met on a ski trip with Will and Kate many, many years ago. Simp! I'm sorry, I had to. Finally, Harry gave up and began dating Chelsea Davy. I'm not going to pretend I didn't know they broke up, but I'm not sure if I'm happy about it. It's not like our families are against it either. The Queen herself told me that she doesn't want to push me into anything, but believes I am a good influence on Harry. There are less scandals when you are around, were her exact words. Wait, wasn't this around the time when, like, Prince Harry was shown to have, like, dressed up as a Nazi or something? I don't 100% remember. But I think he was going through, like, some infamy at this point. Why am I thinking so much about myself and my relationships? It's almost Will and Kate's wedding day. I can't be distracted by Harry and his incredible hair. I need to be there for my sister 100% tomorrow. 2011. Yep. Not surprising. Harry, I'll give you an answer after the wedding. I'm excited for the after party then, Harry says as he walks out, stepping over many pillows as he goes. He pauses halfway out the door as if deciding whether to say something or not. And by the way, Ginger really does compliment your hair. And with that, Prince Henry of Wales is gone. His relationships were entirely party-based. Not surprising. I mean, when you're unlikely to inherit the throne, you're more inclined to be a party person. But then again, so is Frederick, and he is actually going to take the throne someday. I pray for Denmark. Next chapter. Actually, I'm curious about the comments. Give me one. Actually, we'll read the comments for this one. Chapter 3, Rude Paps. We step out of the car. Besides the sun blinding me, there's a sea of paparazzi and cameras. This is insane. The Paps have followed my family and I everywhere since about 2003 when Kate started dating Will, but I've never seen them in these numbers. Kate! 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 We're so excited for your wedding. Kippa! Look over here! Catherine, who will you be wearing at the wedding? Who will you be wearing at the wedding? I'm sure they meant, like, the designer for that, but not the best way to say it. Aside from the high endless wealth and privilege, Harry's emotional life fucking sucked. I mean, you would be emotionally damaged too if your parents only married for, because they were pressured into it, and then your father just keeps repeatedly cheating on your mother with the woman he claims is his true love. That would fuck you up too. Carol, Mrs. Middleton, will Mikey Al meet you at the Abbey? Congratulations, Kate, Pippa. Kate, I love your L.K. Bennett wedges. People in the royal family typically do not wear wedges, as Queen Elizabeth does not like them. I saw that in a Washmojo video once, so it's gotta be true! We smile as we wave, because this is what we always must do. We walk out of the protective awning and towards the car. We were just about to get in the car, brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department, when I hear one shout through the crowd that isn't as kind and congratulatory as the others. Kate, is it true you and Carol plotted your marriage to royalty? Do you really love William or just his position? It's kind of wild how much they were hounded by the tabloid press for like nothing. I mean, yeah. Monarchy is inherently an unjust institution and therefore should be abolished. Doesn't stop the monarchists from finding my videos, though. One voice in a sea of happy shouts. Kate won't hear it. I peer over at her on my left just to check. I might be imagining, but I think I see Kate's smile falter for a second. I hate the Paps. I hate what they do to my sister. I thought that they would stay away from the horrible questions on the eve of Kate's wedding day, but deep down I know that my sister, as well as the rest of my family, will never be able to escape this. I take Kate's hand in my own and give it a supportive squeeze. Mum sees this and takes Kate's other hand in her own. This makes the Paps scream. Cameras flash and flash. Together, we all three strongly step into our waiting car, uniting us to three for our last hours with Kate as Middleton. Hello, yes, we are the people who led to the death of your mother. We are also here in your life forever. Like, I do think paparazzi are scum of the earth, but it's such a dirty position that I kind of admire. I admire the low level you have to stoop to in order to actually do the job. Oh wait, I was gonna read the comments? There are no comments, never mind. Chapter 4, The Carriages. Hello, we are your family, and since you're not even in line to the throne, fuck you, your mom's death was her fault for existing. Oh my god. We're gonna get on, like, which institution in the UK is the equivalent to, like, the FBI? Is it, like, MI5? We're gonna be on, like, MI5's watch list after this. And I'm already probably on Sapo's watch list. I hop into the carriage and settle the three children, Margarita, Grace, and William, in case you, cared. around me on the red velvet seats. After we were all seated, brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. MI6. Okay. I'm gonna be put on MI6's watch list. James Bond's gonna come after me. After we all seated, William, who's the son of Will and Harry's private secretary, in case you cared, glances over at me. Pippa, you look really pretty. After saying this, he blushes furiously and looks away quickly. I smile. Thanks, William. You look pretty dashing yourself. Alright, Mr. Bond. Your next job is killing the streamer and her viewers because they called the keto nuts. That would make for a good that'd make for a good 007 movie, though. Yes, MI6 is real. They, like, confirmed its existence. He looks up surprised. Really? Of course, I reply with a grin. No, that's Area 56, Albert. William continues talking to Grace and Margarita, leaving me to stare out at the other carriages getting ready. Suddenly, I feel someone tapping my arm. I turn around to find myself staring right into the glinting blue-gray eyes of Harry. I definitely gotta agree with little William. You look stunning, Pippa. Now I'm the one blushing. That uniform isn't bad on you either, I reply. Is this my answer? No, I said it isn't bad. Never that it was good. I'm only flattered you think I look nice. Oh, Pippa, not nice. Stunning. You just wait till I go down that aisle holding Kate's dress. I laugh. You're right, Harry. All the girls are going to be looking at you with the Marry Me Harry signs. Harry sucks. Just you wait, Pippa. He then walks off towards the carriage. Next James Bond film. Miss Bond? What are the world's accused? That is, like, kind of an accurate interpretation of, like, Daniel Craig James Bond movies, though. Super dark. I'll give you that. Next part. Chapter 5. Arriving at the Abbey. How many more? There are 11 chapters. Hurrah! Hurrah, motherfuckers! We get out of the car and the crowd goes wild. Everyone is screaming. All I can see is a mass of people in Union Jack flags. I also see lots of shirts with Kate's face on them, okay? Thus far, for my whole family, and for the Windsors too, this has felt like a small family wedding. You know, where everyone and their grandmother is going to watch. Will I now see this enormous amount of people? Do I fully realize the true scale of my sister's wedding? The 7 kids and I go down on the lush red carpet to meet the Dean of Westminster. The people just keep screaming and screaming. I hear some screams that sound like her butt, but I shake my head at the ridiculous notion. I must have misheard. Okay. Good morning, sir, I say to the Dean of Westminster. Good morning, sir, chorus the children. Hello to all of you, he replies. I'm so glad you are all here safe and sound, as well as on time. You know Her Majesty won't want the wedding to begin late. Yes, you are correct, I say after a short laugh. I drop off all the kids and prepare to go back out for Kate. When it is time, I am given the signal and I head back out. My sister looks amazing. She is exactly like what everyone imagines a regal, kind princess to look like on her wedding day. By wearing something reminiscent of Grace Kelly's wedding dress. Which is fitting, as Kate will become one today. Kate, brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department, hands me her bouquet as Dad begins to unfurl the train from inside her car. It smells heavenly. The lily of the valley, sweet William, hyacinth, myrtle, and ivy are woven artfully together into one magnificent symbolic masterpiece. Once Kate is out, I hand her back the flowers and go help Dad with the train and the dress. Are y'all having fun yet? Don't rip it, I tease as I take the train in my hands. Dad laughs. I wouldn't dream of it. Sarah Burton would have it out for me, and not to mention the Her Majesty and Catherine too. I hold up the dress while Kate waves to the crowd and Dad leaves the car from the other side. Also, who the fuck is Sarah Burton? I do not know. While waiting, I admired the dress. Kate was right to want an Alexander McQueen ka-chow wedding gown. It is exquisite! Sarah Burton has outdone herself. Oh, she's the designer. Never mind. White embroidery creeps up from the end of the train towards the top of the gown, ending at different points. This dress never fails to wow me. Dad joins Kate and we begin our walk toward the Abbey. Kate greets the Dean of Westminster and he gives her soft words of welcome as well as words of reassurance. The music begins and Kate goes down the aisle arm in arm with Dad. I follow, bringing my group of children with me. Will and Harry are now walking from the right side of the Abbey. We make it up the altar and at long last, Will gets to see Kate. Everything is going as rehearsed. You look beautiful, Will whispers to Kate. I can imagine no better man for my sister. Do y'all want me to switch to a different fic, or are y'all having fun with this one? Because I was expecting something, like, legitimately, like, terrible, but this is just an kind of bad. It's bland like British cuisine. Why do so many fanfic writers write stuff where nothing at all happens? Because they think there's a plot and then completely forget how to write a plot. So, I'm going to delete this white meow ooh woo. Where is it? Delete ooh woo. And we're gonna read, let's actually keep reading that one about the leukemia. I know that sounds terrible out of context, but it actually was kind of entertaining, so let's read it. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna fill up my water real quick. Back. So, in this chapter, Frederick's father fucking dies. So we have that to look forward to. Chapter 5, The Funeral of Prince Henrik of Denmark. 13 February 2018. Denmark's Prince Henrik, dies at 83. Now, we know this is probably a copy-paste from some Daily Mail bullshit, but I'm not gonna bother looking for it. Prince Henrik of Denmark, the husband of Queen Marguerite, who is famous for his public unhappiness at never being named king, has died at the age of 83. The controversial French-born prince had been diagnosed with dementia last year and was admitted to the hospital in January with a lung infection. His flamboyant style was both loved and criticized by Danes. Frustrated with his royal tower, he was told, he announced in 2017, when the dementia was kicking in, that he did not want to be buried next to his wife. The 77-year-old queen accepted her husband's decision, the royal house said at the time, breaking a 459-year-old tradition of burying royal spouses together. The prince died peacefully in his sleep at the Fredensborg Castle north of Copenhagen, with Queen Marguerite and their two sons, Crown Prince Frederick and Prince Eugenie, at his side. Born Henry Marie Jean-Andre de Leopold de Montpezat on 11 June 1934, Prince Henrik married the then Crown Princess Marguerite in 1967. He met her while stationed in London as a diplomat. Okay, where was this from? I'm legit curious now. It was from the BBC. Okay. When she became queen in 1972, he was named Prince Consort. As in most monarchies, a princess traditionally becomes queen when her husband takes the throne, but a man does not become king if his wife becomes queen. But over the years, the prince, who changed his name to Henrik as a mark of respect, end of sentence. Prince Henrik was also known for his thick French accent and his love of food, wine, and poetry, and several of his cookbooks and collections of poems have been published. In 2016, he retired from official duties, renouncing the title of Prince Consort. In the time since, he was often in France at his private vineyard. Prince Henrik did not want a state funeral, the royal house said, adding that the ceremony would be small and private. Following his wish, he will be cremated, with half his ashes spread over Danish seas and the other half buried in the royal private garden of Fredensborg Castle. Queen Marguerite already has a specially built sarcophagus in the cathedral west of Copenhagen where the remains of Danish royals are buried. Reacting to the death, Danish Prime Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen said Prince Henrik had represented Denmark magnificently. Okay. Anyway, there's the funeral. February 20th, 2018. Wait. Never mind. I was an idiot. Prince Henrik's funeral took place on February 20th, 2018, at the Christiansborg Palace Church in Copenhagen. The funeral service was conducted by Chaplain and Ordinary Erik Norman Svensden, assisted by Edgil Bank Olsen, Dean of the Holman's Church. Imagine toppling the coffin at his funeral. No, imagine, sneaking in there and then just, popping out in the middle of the service being like, Aloha, bitches! I'm alive! I've been alive this whole time! In accordance with Prince Henrik's wishes, the funeral was private. No foreign royalty attended. Members of the Danish royal family and Prince Henrik's birth family were in attendance. The other guests were mostly Danish royal court officials. See the guest list below. There is no guest list. You can tell this was copy-pasted. Speaking Swedish. My Swedish lessons have not been going too good, to be honest. I can understand words individually, but I still can't, organically create a sentence without help. I suck. An honor guard consisting of members from the Danish Army, Navy, and Air Force was posted in front of the church. Church bells of all the Danish National Evangelical Lutheran churches across the country rang for the half hour before and the half hour after the funeral. No Swedish Gothic today. Yeah, also because there's no Rocky, so I can't torture him with cursed Swedish monarchy posting. After earth was sprinkled on the coffin, I guess that's just a tradition, and the benediction was given in Christiansborg Palace Church, a morning gun salute was fired off for 40 minutes at 30-second intervals. At the same time, the kingdom's flag was raised to full mast. After the funeral, 10 officers from the That startled me! Carried Prince Henrik's coffin from the Palace Church to the hearse. As the coffin was carried out of the church, brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department, 19th century Danish composer Johann Peter Emilius Hartmann's funeral march for Mathilde Thorvaldsen, a Danish Icelandic sculptor, was played. This music has been used at other Danish royal funerals, including the funeral of King Frederick IX, Queen Margrethe II's father. The royal family followed the coffin to the hearse and made their final farewells to Prince Henrik. When the hearse was driven away, Prince Henrik's homage march by Preben Bear was played. This march was composed in 1967 as a wedding gift to Prince Henrik. After Prince Henrik's remains were cremated, half the ashes were, I don't care about the guest list. Is this it? Alice Christensen. Oh yeah, she's here as well. Where are they? So we have Prince Andre here. I do not see where Alice is. So how is the Japanese doing? The Japanese is doing better. I mean, I guess I have an advantage in that because I've taken, formal lessons in Japanese. Hajime mashite, watashi no namae wa Furara Gofuku desu. Dojo yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Watashi wa, yoku janai fanfiction ga suki desu. I'm pretty sure that's wrong, but I don't care. Fans noticed there was something familiar about Alice Christensen's Alexander McQueen coat, Kachow, at the funeral of Prince Henrik of Denmark. That's because Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, wore to Windsor's Victoria Barracks for the presentation of service medals to the members of the Irish Guards in 2011. Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, wore the figure-hugging and dark navy crepe, while Alice Christensen wore a double-breasted officer's coat by Alexander McQueen, which finished just above the knee in black. Cool. And its epaulets and double-row gold buttons gave it a distinctly military feel. Well, both Alice and Catherine teamed with a small matching hat, which had the feel of a military beret in size and slant. The only slight difference was Catherine had a bow embellishment, giving it a more glamorous look. I don't see the embellishment. Oh, wait, it's on the fascinator. Never mind. Alice Christensen, who has been named Princess Alice, is the girlfriend of Prince Andre of Denmark, who's currently 7th in line to the Danish throne. Many of the Danish public are praying for a royal wedding between the two. Sorry, I'm allergic to unhealthy relationships. Chapter 6. Coming to Chapter 6. The wedding of Eugenie and Jack. They literally just snapped this from, their iPad. 12 October 2018. Alice Christensen holds hands with boyfriend Prince Andre as she arrives to Princess Eugenie's wedding. I would love to see what caused her to change her tone with Andre, but that would lead to character development, which is illegal in a Lovely Angels fanfiction. Where do they steal this from? I'm curious now. No, that was not the good one. Okay. I guess I was being adult. Start from the beginning. 4 months after attending the wedding of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, which we would have shown, but that would have led to character development, which is illegal, Prince Andre and Alice Christensen made a breathtaking arrival at Princess Eugenie's royal wedding at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle. Andre looked overjoyed to be joined by Alice as they entered the chapel. Andre and I entered the chapel, and an attendant walks up. And a attendant, my bad, walks up to us. Your Highness, follow me to your seats, please, she said as she leads us to our seats, brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. I picked up and opened the order of service for the wedding of Princess Eugenie of York and Mr. Jack Brooksbank. Did they know each other? Why was foreign royalty invited to this wedding? They're, like, really unimportant. The order of service includes full details about the music, hymns, blessing, readings, address, prayers, and procession. You know, in case you cared. After what felt like an eternity, the music started, we all stood up, and Eugenie and her father, Prince Andrew, in case you didn't know, began her long walk down the aisle. When she came into clear view, my heart swelled with joy. She was clearly so filled with happiness, walking towards the man of her dreams that Jack was so clearly impatient just to be able to call her his wife. I glanced at Andre and saw how he was smiling at Eugenie and Jack. I grabbed Andre's hand and squeezed it. I felt tears spring to my eyes as they said, I will. Why is Alice so, loving with, Andre now? I thought she didn't want to marry him because she was, coerced into it in order to secure a bone marrow donation because Andre's an asshole. Please clip that so we can remember. After 2 readings, hymns, and songs, the ceremony was complete. Eugenie and Jack were officially married. Eugenie and Jack walked down the aisle as man and wife. We waited so they could have their moment, share with the world their first kiss as husband and wife. Alice Christensen holds hands with boyfriend Prince Andre as she leads Princess Eugenie's wedding. Princess Eugenie wed drinks industry executive Jack Brooksbank at an idyllic ceremony in Windsor on Friday morning. The Queen's granddaughters' nuptials were at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle at 11 a.m., with most senior members of the royal family set to attend. Prince Andre and Princess Eugenie have been good friends over the years and are also distant cousins, enjoying nice out and holidays together. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And now they have photos of the wedding in case you care. I don't. I don't care at all. Please. Stop! Stop with the photo spam! I can't! Don't do this to me! Keeps going. Prince Andre and Alice Christensen at day 2 of Princess Eugenie's star-studded wedding bash. Princess Eugenie married Jack Brooksbank at Windsor Castle and followed it with more than one star-studded royal wedding party with fairground-themed festivities. Robbie Williams, who led the celebrations on Friday night with a spontaneous performance of Angels, and Ellie Goulding, also performed for the princess and her new husband on Saturday during the second night of celebrations in the grounds of the Royal Lodge, Windsor. On your taxpayer money! Keep that in mind! Kate Mouse and daughter Lila, Demi Moore, and Liv Tyler were among the stars who changed their friends' outfits for another round of partying as comedian Jack Whitehall, who ignored the social media ban, posted footage of guests enjoying themselves and in a marquee on 13 October. Ellie was joined by her fiancé, Casper Joplin, as the bash laid on by Prince Andrew and Fergie. Run pictures worth 1,000 words. I mean, yeah, true. Robbie signed by wearing a jacket on Saturday while his wife Ida arrived in a dark green jumpsuit. Our picture's worth 1,000 words, so that's why they put 30 in. Oh god, Alice Christensen wore one of the most stunning pink dresses we have ever seen. You know, because the lovely angels are absolute narcissists when it comes to their OCs. Taking to the gram to show off those incredible pins, the model businesswoman wore a draped dress which featured an abundance of sequins and pink. We couldn't love this design anymore if we tried. It features wide, voluminous sleeves, a mini hem, and a tassel-tied waist belt closure. The dress retails at almost 2,000 euros or pounds. I think pounds sterling, yeah. And her Instagram fans were quick to swoon over the dress of dreams. Alice teamed the statement piece with a pair of black strappy sandals and completed the look with pink ankle cuffs. Alice's hair was coiffed in a hippie wavy style, and she added a slick of rose-colored lip gloss to finish her laid-back beauty look. The friends and family and the newlyweds drank Casamigos, margaritas, and nibbled snacks from a gourmet pizza truck at the party, which lasted until the early hours. It was so lively that Zoe de Givenchy, mother of Page Boy Lewis, declared the night was still young in a social media post from the after party at 1 a.m. Pixie Geldof could not go without being her glitzy self as she shared a selfie at her evening party. So much for the social media man. The event was decorated by florist Ronbella Halden, as the trees in the area were adorned with colorful garlands and LED light robes, seen in a snap by Baroness Cleopatra Von Shine. 1 December 2018. Oh my god! Please let this chapter end already! Alice Christensen and Prince Andre attend Priyanka Chopra, Nick Jonas' wedding. Prince Andre and Alice Christensen have become the perfect, stylish wedding guests in the past year as they attend their 4th wedding. Brought to you by the Department. Oh my god. Priyanka Chopra married Nick Jonas in an exclusive yet lavish wedding ceremony on December 1 in the presence of their closest friends and family. The couple first engaged vows in a Christian ceremony that saw the bride in a beautiful white dress and a dramatic 75-foot-long train. While her man waiting at the altar looked dashing himself in a sharp tux. We recently got a peek of the nuptial ceremony with a few videos and photos that were officially released online. We saw the beautiful bride walk down the aisle, and her groom shedding a tear as he watched her being led by her mom, Madhu Chopra. The wedding was officiated by Nick's dad, Paul Kevin Jonas Sr., making the occasion even more special. Nick and Priyanka are reportedly set to host a grand reception in Mumbai that will see a number of Bollywood stars in attendance. Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas tied the knot in a fairy tale-like wedding at Omebayang Palace in Jaipur. The lovebirds got married as per Hindu and Christian traditions. Ever since they tied the knot, they've been giving us major couple goals with their adorable pictures. Ooh woo. Alice posted a photo of Andre and her looking stunning in their Indian ethnic attires as they joined friends and families of Priyanka and Nick for their Indian wedding ceremony. While Andre looked dapper in his sherwani, Alice looked gorgeous in her pink lehenga. Fans have been going gaga over Alice and Andre, even flooding Alice's social media comments section with questions about when the two plan to tie the knot. End of chapter. Fucking finally. Good night.